Hi guys, it's Brady. So we're gonna continue on the memory lane, and I'm like a little sick and a little high on cough syrup, so this is gonna be real interesting. Oh, tea doesn't do anything. It's gonna go down there. I don't know why. What am I doing? Oh, okay. So thinking back to how I acted as a kid, I should have not been left alone, like at all, ever. There was this one time when I was at my grandma's house, and I was playing around. I don't really remember what I was playing with, but I was playing with something. Had to go to the bathroom, went to the bathroom, and I saw this pink candle, and Kid Brady's sitting there like,
I'ma flush you.
So I picked up that candle. It was like a homemade candle. Like you actually had to like melt the wax and put it into a weird shape. Like it was all like prickly and stuff, and it honestly looked really cool. But I don't know why, like 6 or 7 year old me was like, yes, I have to flush this down the toilet. So I grabbed it. So I grabbed it, threw it in the toilet, and was like, ha. And then I flushed it, and then it was just flushing, and then I was like, uh-oh. And then it just sunk into the hole, and I was like,
oh no.
And then, 6-year-old Brady is like, okay, I didn't see it happen. Nobody saw me do it. I'm out. I'm gonna go back, play with, it was like my grandma that's really old-fashioned, so I was probably playing with paper dolls, which is fun. I loved them. Yeah, it still does nothing. My throat hurts so much. But I go back to playing, and all I vividly remember hearing Brady, and little kid me is just like,
oh darn, snap.
And I was just like, open the door, and I was like, yeah. My grandma's just like, did you try to flush my candle? That's all I remember. It's like I said this in my one last video. It's weird how like memories are like flashbacks anymore. Like it's like a flash of memory, and then like that's the only thing I remember. Everything else is just a blur. I don't know what happened after that. I don't know if I was scolded or if I wouldn't have been smacked. My grandma was such a pushover. So she's alive. Probably around that same age group. My mom told me that I did this, and I'm pretty sure she has a video of it somewhere, but she doesn't know where it is, and I have no idea where I'm gonna try to find it. But when I would probably say about 4 or 5. I don't think I was as coherent as I was when I was 6, but 4 or 5, I would go up to electric sockets, and I would have no idea what they are, and I'd poke one, and then for some reason I would lick my finger and stick it in there, and it would shock me, and then I would keep doing that for like 5 minutes at a time, until one time my mom told me, she came in and she's like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like, this thing bites me, Mom. Watch. She's like, stop it! And I'm like, Brady! So I'm pretty sure that's how 9% of my synapses died that day. I just don't know what like got into my head whenever I was a little kid, like how these things like translated into things that I needed to do. I had a Uromastic spiny tail lizard for like, God, I had him for like 7 years. Like the pet owner or the pet shop owner was just like, yeah, he'll live for like 3 or 4 years. And my mom's like, oh, okay, cool. 7 years later of maintaining it pretty much for me, she's like, yeah, 3 years. But he had to, he's normally like indigenous to like the desert type weather, so we had to always have like a heat lamp on him. So we had this big yellow one to stimulate the sun, and then a red one because, I don't know, night is red for some reason. But it was in my room at one time, when I had my room upstairs, and then I like went downstairs when I got a little older. But it was in my room upstairs, and I like grabbed the red light, and I was like, oh, okay, that's really hot. And I get this bright idea, I'm just like, spit right on it. And then the lamp, like, I don't remember how I didn't get hurt. I got hurt a little bit. I did get like a little blister, like on my arm. There used to be a scar, but then I don't even know. I just kind of went away one day. But it was like right there, and it popped out a little blister. You know, those ones that you squeeze, and it's like, it's kind of cool. But I spit on that lamp, and it was just everywhere, glass everywhere. And I don't remember. I was looking right at it, like no joke. It was like this close to my face, and I'm like, and somehow it just hits my arm. It didn't hit in my face, in my eyes, or anything. And I didn't wear glasses when I was a kid, so I have no idea how whatever force of nature got in the way and blocked all those glass shards. But thanks. Could have done that a couple more times in my life, but I'll take what I can get. And then I remember running downstairs. Don't know why. My mom was downstairs. That's exactly who I wanted to get away from whenever I break things. But I ran downstairs, like grabbed a cushion and like sat there and was like, oh my God. I have to tell her I just broke that lamp. And then I was like, okay, I got this. Mom? Yes. What? I knocked the lamp off and it broke. And then at that point, she's just like, ugh, Brady breaks literally everything. Fine. Go and get a replacement lamp. And my little kid brain is like, hey, let's do that again, but smarter, so that I don't get burnt this time. So I have the heating lamp on for however long. I don't think I honestly had it on that long because it didn't work. I thought to get some water in my hand and hold it back here and just flick it like a little holy water, and it would like sizzle, but it never broke. And then right at that moment, all interest dropped. I was just like, over it. Popped it back on his little home and let him have the sunlight again, and that was just it. Like, I don't know what made me do this the second time. It was the fact that I spit on it and it exploded. I was just like, oh. Another time, it was like, I don't even know. I was gonna say more dangerous than the light, but the light could have literally blinded me. But technically, this next one, my mom used to get us Flintstone vitamins, which if anybody's had them, so good. Like, I don't care what anybody said, so good. They were like candy. And then, that's what little kid me thought. So we used to have like a kitchen that had a counter, and then it went up to like the fridge so that we technically couldn't reach anything. But I was a spider ninja as a kid, so I'd just jump up on the counter and get whatever's on top. There used to be a cookie jar up there too, until my mom realized that we couldn't get into the cookie jar if she didn't bake them or buy them. So that's how that died. But the Flintstone vitamins were right next to it, and I was like, oh, Mom's not home. Hell yes. Dumped a whole handful, and I remember I had a handful of them, and I nommed all of them. And then the only reason my mom found out is because she went up to she did them daily, like right before school. She would go get the vitamins, and she's like, why are there 30 vitamins missing? And then she looked directly at me.
What?
Like, did you eat all of those vitamins? And I was like, I wasn't good under pressure. I broke instantly. My mom had this like stare that like Byakugan'd into my psyche, and it just broke me. I just spilled everything. And she's like, oh my god. And then I don't remember what happened after that. I'm pretty sure she didn't do anything, but she was like, kid, like, you're gonna die if you just if you get too much of a vitamin, like, it's going to do something to your body. And I was just like, okay, but it's so good. And she's like, for fuck's sake, here's Smarties, eat these Smarties. And I was like, okay, but they're not Flintstone vitamins, I'm probably gonna eat them later. And then that was probably around the time we did go through like a gummy vitamin phase, but then the vitamins just pretty much stopped. I'm pretty sure me eating it was like 10 or 11, I don't think it was 30. But like me eating like 10 vitamins all at once, 1 a day vitamins all at once. She was like, yeah, no more. You can just, you're gonna be deficient, sorry. You're good for the next 10 years on vitamin A and C and K. But I'm sure there's like 90 other stories that my mom could tell me, but I didn't do proper research. This is all just coming from my head. So that is pretty much why I never should have been left at home. And I wonder, my mom does not know about the light bulb thing. So I wonder if she saw this, she's gonna be like, oh, okay, so that's how it broke. And that's how Brady got the burn on his arm that he never quite explained, but he just had it. And my grandma already knew about the candle and then told my mom. So pretty much all these things my mom already knows about, other than the fact that I broke a lamp by spitting on it and then proceeded to try to recreate the event by throwing water on another hot lamp. So I'm not really sure what was going through my head, but it wasn't a lot. Alright, well that's kind of all I had for this video. I am kind of thinking now that I mixed up the cough syrup with the NyQuil, because I'm like very tired and it's getting very hard to focus on this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it, and until the next thing I make, guys, Jana.